Thank you very much. So great to see you all here. You are the last survivors, so give yourself a pat on the back. Who am I? My name is Omri. I'm here with my dog, my neurotic dog, Tomer. I'm the Google User Acquisition Team Lead at Lightricks for the past 2 years. And before that, I worked at Google for 5 years with CPG e-commerce. And in the last 1.5 years, there I worked with apps and gaming apps specifically. I will expand a bit about Lightricks, who we are and what do we do in a few moments. But first, I want to ask you, what do you think that this trend line represents? Something that got bigger, right? So it can be searches for AI from Google Trends, right? Well, that's this red dotted line. It can be NVIDIA stock price, right? Well, that's this green line. Not sure that this is an investment recommendation, but you know. This is actually our iOS spend in Google UEC last year. And I think that this really tells the story of how we broke through our iOS glass ceiling. How we were able to increase our spend significantly, as you see here, over a period of a year. And without, and keeping it going. And on the black line that you see here is actually our CPA. So we were able to increase our spend and decrease or keep our CPA kind of stable. So this is our story here. AI has been an industry buzzword for the past 2 years. Sometimes it's referred as the thing that will make you rich, sometimes as the thing that will take your job, right? In this session, I will share with you 2 real-world, actual, present-day ways that we used AI in order to break our iOS glass ceiling, what we just saw. And I will also share one really cool thing at the end. So firstly, who we are. We're Lightricks. We're not a gaming company, but we're owners and developers of multiple products across iOS, Android, and web, including Facetune, who you might know, which is a top selfie editor. We have VideoLeap, which is a video editing app, PhotoLeap AI photo editor and generator. Popular Pays is a B2B platform that connects brands and content creators to produce highly engaging, top-performing content. And LTX Studio, our latest creation, is AI-powered filmmaking. We are a $200 million ARR company, and with 730 million downloads and more than 60 million exports of content every month. So our story begins with a question that is asked by performance marketeers, I think, as long as performance marketing exists. And the question is, how can we go beyond bids? And as any performance marketer, we went to the data looking for answers. And we've identified 2 key drivers. The first one is creative assets. And for us, mainly our heavy reliance on text assets, which I think that some people here find maybe weird. So about 90% of our spend is actually text assets and on the search network, also in iOS. The second driver is our conversion or optimization events. We are a subscription company, and we usually offer a 7-day free trial to try our products. And this creates some sort of a dead gap between when the algorithm gets the event and when the actual business KPI happens. And I guess that what I just said is not coming as a surprise to many of you, and it wasn't a jaw-dropper for us as well. But we decided to focus and invest our time into tackling these 2 issues. I will start with events. We worked with our internal data science team to launch a payer prediction model from subscriber to payer to predict who is going to pay for us and send this as an event to Google Ads. Well, this is a complicated subject, especially at this time, looking at your faces. So we'll keep it for next time. With assets, we decided to focus on improving text assets. Remember that 90% of our spend is on text assets. And working on video assets, UGC, to diversify our spend, try to diversify our spend. So we will now take a deeper dive into how we used AI tools to optimize our text assets and to create video assets at scale. Behold, our internal marketing text AI tool. So we imagined a tool that will take all of our performance, historical data, including costs, revenue, impressions, clicks, CPS, CAC, whatnot, and we'll combine it with our marketing guidelines, tone of voice, and style to create the best performing text assets. This is how our in-house internal tool came to life. We are inputting comprehensive product or feature or audience descriptions, also with the help of AI, and together with our own data, creating textual assets that fit our needs. We are using this tool to write all the text content, all the marketing text content that we have. Emails, landing pages, social posts, blogs, and Google Text Ads. So in this video demo, we can see how it actually comes to life. So we choose Google Text Ads and a specific feature, the number of headlines and descriptions, the audience that we want to focus on, and hit generate. And we get this wonderful initial output, which we can further fine-tune and ask it to be more about summer, as you see here. We can ask it to be longer, shorter. We can ask it to exclude certain words. We can ask it to have funny, make it more funny or more cheerful. And this is how it actually looks like in the end, or the output in more details. There are endless possibilities for us to generate new texts and starting testing them within minutes. And I think this is the real game changer here, because we are able to create a lot of text to test. Since we've started using this tool and its earlier simpler versions, we have increased the amount of text assets that have significant spend by 120%, which is huge for us. Again, remember that 90% of our spend is on text assets and in the search network, and that was huge for us. And we also cut the turnaround time from a week working with a copywriter, and also, you know, when you work with copywriters, there's like a process. Sometimes they like very creative, sometimes not as creative. And we cut the middleman, so to say, and we get results within minutes. How can you do it yourself? So I showed you a tool. Clearly, it involved some development, but it started much simpler with custom GPTs. You can use ChatGPT, Claude, to just start and work with this flow. And I think that using your own data can really improve the outcome of your prompts. So that was a real game changer for us. Here's a little pro tip from us. We automatically reject the first two outputs that the model brings. And that by itself improved significantly the quality of the outputs. Good. So we covered the first part of creative asset optimization, the text part. And now we'll see how we managed to create UGC content at scale that had real impact on our performance. And this is how we do it. We did it with using our own product, Popular Pays. Small reminder from a couple of minutes ago, if we forgot. Popular Pays is a platform that connects innovative brands with creative content creators and influencers in order to create top performing content. We deliver everything from UGC, TV ads, TikToks, Amazon storefront content, any social media platform content, while managing every step of the campaign from creation to the final delivery. So how we used AI. In order for a brand to work with any creator, the first step, and I think we also heard it in several of the talks that we had here, like during these 2 days, you start with a brief, and briefs can take from, let's say, hours to even sometimes days, and a brief entails everything within it. And now with the newly launched AI brief generator, we're able to minimize brief creation to minutes. That includes all aspects of the brief. Also things that we talked about yesterday, or people talked about yesterday, from copyright, legal, creator profile, and everything that you would put in a brief. Why is it a game changer for us? Instead of running around and finding creators and reach out to creators, it's actually flips the process. So you post a brief in Popular Pays in the platform, and the creators come to us offering to work with us. And I think yesterday we had like someone say that they sent 5,000 emails or something like that. So that flips the process. So here's our own case study. So in light of a new feature release, one-tap looks, one-tap edits, which simplifies edits with only one tap. We set out to create an engaging campaign with hard business KPIs, led by 20 small-medium influencers, showcasing how our product can be used by everyone. So it took a little bit less than 3 weeks from brief to when we had the actual deliverables materials in our hands, and when the posts went live. I'll share 2 examples. The first one is more fun, more cheeky, and let's have a small game and count how many times she says literally in this video.
I'm perfect, and here's why. You guys know I literally eat and breathe things but their new one-tap preset feature literally lets you enhance, retouch, reshape, and add makeup that still remains natural. You no longer literally need to go through all this complex stuff to get what you want, because baby, the new looks feature literally lets you achieve professional quality edits in one tap. I just love that this feature enhances your appearance and still remains your natural skin texture, and you don't look like a complete AI robot. The looks feature gives you that perfect touch without losing sense of your true self, because baby, you need to stay true. It's your selfie, your canvas, your world. Keep it real, keep it you. Thank you, God, and thank you, Facetune, as always.
Literally. The second one is different, is cuter, is more subtle. And mind you, this is all within the same campaign and from the same brief.
I often get asked about my photo editing secrets, and I've been using the Facetune app for years. Their new looks feature makes it a breeze to achieve professional quality edits with just one tap. It just adds the perfect touch without losing my true self. Just take a look how it still preserves my skin texture and face features while refining my look.
And she did it without saying literally even once. This campaign resulted in vast organic reach and contributed to our paid activity with ready-to-be-tested video assets. So how did it go? These creatives that you just saw when they were served as paid ads had 5 times higher install rate than our business as usual served ads. And our CPS was almost 25% lower than our business as usual creatives. We've reached overall a bit more than 1.5 million users, while 70% of this reach was done organically. And these are great results for like a small medium-sized campaign as this one. How can you do it yourself? So you can go on our website, popularpace.com, and start creating your brief and get creators coming to you. And if you have any trouble, you can contact our team, which will be very happy to help you. So we've talked about our internal marketing text tool, and we've talked about how we used Popular Pays to create UGC content at scale. Now let's take a breather and enjoy this short commercial break. So we've just watched the future or present of creative production. It was done fully using our own GenAI solution. This is LTX Studio, our AI-powered storytelling platform. This is 100% GenAI product, now in very advanced beta stages. This is the cool part, by the way. With this platform, you can create full videos like the one we just saw, in no more than 30 minutes or an hour to an hour. I can explain or try to explain what it's doing in a lot of words, but I think that a video can really help us.
Future of visual storytelling. LTX Studio gives form to your ideas, bringing them to life. Just a handful of words can transform.
So with LTX Studio, marketing professionals and advertising agencies, and basically everyone here in the room can create compelling video content. It can help you from the ideation phase to the actual final video production. And it's doing so by leveraging AI to customize and adapt messaging for different audiences and storylines. So if we talked about creative testing today and talked about switching the characters, this is a tool that can really do it very easily. It allows full control on how frames and scenes are rendered. So you can control the camera angles, the shots, take a close-up or a medium shot or wide shot as you imagine it, and try and see how it goes. I think that one of the biggest challenges with Gen AI images and videos is character consistency. We found a way to solve it, and with LTX Studio, you can cast your characters and preserve their identity across scenes and frames. Within the platform itself, you give a character a name or an identifier, And whenever you want to call this character, you call it like at Omri. And then I'm there as the character in the scene. And after you finish designing the scenes and shots and the storyline, and you switch between scenes and your content, you can create the final cut of the video, complete with sound effects, music, voiceover, titles, with just one click. So I know that now and here we're more interested in gaming, right? So I'm proud to present what our creative team managed to produce in less than 30 minutes with this prompt, exactly this prompt. It's an ad for a fake mobile game called Pirate Conquest.
Pirate Conquest, the most exhilarating pirate-themed mobile game on the 7 seas. Outsmart rivals and hunt for hidden treasures. Download now.
Everything here was done with LTX Studio within just using the platform. The music, the shots, everything. So, how can you do it yourself? You can join the waitlist. As I said, it's in final beta stages. We're releasing thousands of invitations to the waitlist every day, so it's not like you're there for infinity. It's releasing quite often. Cool. So, come to the conclusion, and I think that there are 3 takeaways that I would like you to have from this talk. I think that the first one is go beyond bids. Think what drives the mechanic of your campaigns, specifically your campaigns, and try to fight that. Use AI to generate, test, reiterate, use it for briefs, for visual assets. I think that this is something that really proved itself for us. And the last one, AI is the future of video, and you can take part of that today. Thank you very much.